Have you ever wondered, could just one small bite before bed change the way you see the world the next morning? I want you to pause for a moment and picture this. You wake up, draw back the curtains, the sunlight spills into the room, and your eyes feel lighter, clearer. No more dryness, no more fatigue, just a sense of freshness, as if your eyes had been washed clean by the morning dew. Have you ever wished for that feeling? Many people believe that eyesight is something you can only lose with age, that once you're older, you simply have to accept it. But after more than 30 years of working with patients over 50 here in the United States, I can tell you this. Our bodies have a far greater capacity for healing than we give them credit for. And your eyes, delicate, fragile as they may seem, can be nourished every single day, even while you sleep. I remember one of my patients, Mary, who was 67 at the time. She once told me, "Doctor, I've gotten so used to waking up with dry, scratchy skin, chai eyes that I thought it was just natural." But only a few weeks after changing her evening snacking habits, she came back with a big smile and said, "Somehow, my eyes don't feel nearly as dry. In the morning and driving at night is much easier now." That was the moment I knew, without a doubt, that small, simple choices could lead to big changes. The fascinating thing is this. While we sleep, the body isn't resting in the passive sense. It's entering a deep phase of renewal, like every cell working quietly in the dark. Your eyes, after spending a whole day fighting against blue light from screens, dust and fatigue, need the right fuel at just the right time. And that fuel doesn't always have to come from expensive supplements or pills. Sometimes, it comes from a kiwi, a handful of walnuts, or even a warm cup of chamomile tea before bed. I don't want you to think of these foods as little tricks. Instead, I invite you to see them as a gentle conversation with your own body. Each time you choose one of these foods at night, you're sending a message. Dear eyes, here's what you need to recover. Rest well. Tomorrow, we'll see the world more clearly together. Now, you might be wondering, can something as small as a kiwi or a few walnuts really make that much of a difference? From my experience, the answer is yes. Science backs it up too. Vitamin C in kiwi protects the tiny blood vessels in your eyes from damage caused by high blood sugar. Omega-3s in walnuts act like natural lubrication, keeping your retinas flexible and less prone to dryness. Beta-carotene in carrots, anthocyanins in blueberries, all of them are quietly at work while you sleep. Another patient of mine, John, age 72, comes to mind. He was a very disciplined man, but he constantly complained about poor night vision. I suggested he swap his nightly cookies for a small bowl of blueberries mixed with Greek yogurt. Just weeks later, he returned and said, "Doctor, for the first time in years, I drove home." He from an evening meeting without being blinded by headlights. That, to me, is the power of small things. What I want to share with you today isn't just a list of foods. It's a new perspective. Health doesn't always come from big, sweeping changes. It often comes from the quiet, steady habits we nurture every day. Like lighting a single candle each night until, eventually, the whole room is filled with light. And remember, protecting your eyes isn't only about seeing better. It's about keeping the joy of reading your favorite book, recognizing the smile on your grandchild's face as they walk through the door, or feeling safe behind the wheel at night. Clear vision isn't just about seeing. It's about truly living. So tonight, when you reach for something to snack on, I invite you to think a little differently. Instead of chips or cookies, ask yourself, will this make my eyes thank me tomorrow morning? That is the simplest way you can begin writing a healthier future for yourself. Now let me take you on a little walk around the kitchen you know so well. Don't worry, I'm not here to give you a dry list of foods. Instead, let me share a few stories, real experiences, so you can see how each of these foods can become a true companion for your eyes. Have you ever eaten a ripe, juicy kiwi right before bed? I remember one of my patients, Linda, who was 63 at the time. She told me kiwi felt like a sweet dose of vitamin C for her eyes. And science backs her up. Kiwis actually contain more vitamin C than oranges. Think of it like a tiny shield, protecting the delicate blood vessels in your retina from damage. If you've ever felt your vision blur because of cataracts or like you're looking through a thin mist, kiwi might just be a gentle gift for your evenings. And what about boiled eggs? Many people only think of eggs as breakfast food, but the yolk is rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two golden nutrients that live right at the center of your macula. They work like a pie of natural blue light filters, helping you fight eye strain after staring at screens all day. I often tell my patients, an egg at night isn't just about filling your stomach. It's a quiet promise to your eyes. Don't worry, I've got you covered. Then we come to blueberries, tiny but incredibly powerful. I once treated a retired truck driver who had spent years driving long distances at night. His eyes were exhausted. After he started adding a few frozen blueberries to his dinner, he told me, "Doctor, I can hardly believe it, but my eyes don't feel nearly as strained when I drive at night now." That's the power of anthocyanins, antioxidants that improve blood flow to the retina and soothe tired eyes. And of course, carrots, such a common food that we sometimes forget its strength. Beta-carotene in carrots is what your body uses to make vitamin A, the key to seeing in low light. I've had many patients say, "Doctor, I can't seem to drive well at dusk." And when I look at their diet, I often find a lack of vitamin A. Simply adding carrots to dinner, even just a few slices steamed with a touch of olive oil, was enough for their eyes to thank them with clearer vision under streetlights. But our eyes also need protection from vitamin E, and that's where almonds come in. I often tell my patients vitamin E is like an antioxidant shield, slowing the aging of the eyes and reducing the risk of cataracts. One gentleman in his 70s told me, "I swapped my evening popcorn for a handful of almonds, and I wake up with less eye soreness." A small change, but a very real impact. And of course, walnuts. If almonds bring vitamin E, walnuts bring omega-3s, like a flow of healthy oil moving through your retina, keeping those cells flexible and strong. I'll never forget a 75-year-old woman who used to snack on cookies before bed. She said, "Doctor, after I traded cookies for walnuts, it feels like I've been given a brand new pair of eyes." Finally, sometimes our eyes need rest from the inside out. That's where chamomile tea comes in. I often recommend a warm cup before bed. Not only does it calm the mind, but it also eases mild inflammation around the eyes and relieves dryness after a long day. One older gentleman once told me, "I drink chamomile tea every night, and not only do I sleep better, but my eyes are less red in the morning." Simple, isn't it? Yet it makes a world of difference. You know, our eyes aren't just for seeing the world. They're for holding on to the moments we love. I once told a patient of mine, "Your eyes are like a living photo album. They keep the memory of your grandchild's very first smile, the golden glow of a sunset by the ocean, or the warm gaze of your partner after so many years together." She smiled, nodded, and said, "Doctor, I don't want to lose those pictures just because I didn't take care of my eyes today." That conversation convinced me even more. Choosing a bowl of kiwi, a handful of walnuts, or a cup of chamomile tea at night isn't just about nutrition. It's a promise to yourself that you want to live with clarity, with focus, and with fullness. Have you ever tried this? Turning off your phone, sitting down with nothing but a warm cup of chamomile tea, closing your eyes after a long day, and simply resting. That feeling, I call it deep rest for the eyes, gentle but priceless. So tonight, I'd like to invite you to begin a small habit with me. Just pick one of the 7 foods I've shared: kiwi, walnuts, blueberries, carrots, almonds, boiled eggs, or chamomile tea, and add it to your evening. Just one. That's enough to begin the journey. And if you've ever tried one of these before bed, I'd love for you to share your experience in the comments. Did you sleep better? Did your eyes feel less strained the next morning? I really want to hear your story, because your words might be the encouragement someone else needs in this community. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll be back with more stories and simple but powerful tips, ways to protect our aging years, especially our eyes, the windows of the soul. Now just imagine, a year from today, if you stay consistent with these little habits, you might find yourself sitting in the park, reading a book without magnifiers, or driving home at night with the streetlights sparkling and no strain at all. That's a gift you can give yourself, starting tonight. So, are you ready to give it a try? If you are, leave me a "ready" in the comments below. And remember, I'm right here with you, step by step, one small habit at a time, so that our eyes stay bright and our lives stay full of color.